made contact and shattered.
At some point, Chris locates what's called a dry bag.
Law enforcement had considered Laundrie the only person of interest in the murder of his fiancée, Gabby Petito.
Reference to a missing 4-year-old, the parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Turn it over to another agency. Let's get some help.
Hello? John. Everybody's going home.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here for another ATS News live stream. We're going to be discussing the Kiely-Rodni case, and it is still a very active and ongoing investigation. We have a lot of questions. A lot of people want to know, is this foul play or was this just an accident? Last time we spoke, we went through some of the science that will be required in order to determine if this was foul play or not. And that includes, obviously, the autopsy, water in the lungs, the black box in the Honda CRV, which will indicate various variables of the car before it went into the water. And then, obviously, we're going to need her cell phone and, honestly, everyone's cell phone that was sort of with her that night. We would like to know the location and the pings and all that. So Adventures with Purpose is going to be making their video public today. It's not going to be made public until 9 a.m. So I have this time with you guys before that happens, and I have some stuff that I want to share with you guys. And then I also figured that we would go through a little bit of clips from their footage, not the entire video. The whole thing is like 49 minutes. We're just going to go, I think maybe like max, it's only like 14 minutes of stuff I want to share with you guys. So it's just little things here and there that I just want to share. So let me just get sharing right now and say good morning to everybody in chat. And thank you, mods and Insanely Confused, Georgie, Karen, Florida Bass. Thank you guys for being here. All that glitters. I see everybody. Thank you for being here. So let me just start sharing. I don't know. I just want to share some clips that I have, and then the timestamps for the clips in the Adventures with Purpose video that I find interesting. So let me just get started. First, I'm going to start off with an older clip from AWP on Court TV, where they basically said that in the next few weeks or in time, they believe that something big is going to be exposed with this case. Those aren't their exact words. I'll just play it so you can hear it. But thank you guys again for being here. And hello, Nguyen. It's good to see you.
FBI, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, and the Placer County Sheriff's Office now have one of the biggest missing clues to their investigations. And should be, I fully expect a lot of very heavy stuff to come from this.
So he said very heavy stuff to come from this. And, that just stood out to me because, if this was just an accident and it's just one of the things that they've seen over and over again in their line of work, then, for them to say that, it's going to be heavy. Unfortunately, I don't want that to be the case, but it does seem like they are in knowledge of more than everybody else, obviously. So let me see what else I have to play here before I play some of those clips for you guys. Okay, yeah. So one of the members from AWP was on Zav Girl, and it was just a very fascinating interview. And I thank Zav Girl for putting that out there. Pretty much they were asked, was the car in neutral? And this is the exact answer.
So while our team did not specifically look at what gear it was, you can see in the video that the wheels are turning, which would indicate that the vehicle is in neutral.
So, it's indicative of a car being in neutral. It isn't saying 100% that it is. So let's leave that out there as like a percentage too, that it might not be in neutral. It's an all-wheel drive vehicle. I don't know the logistics and the mechanisms and all that for it. So I don't know. I just know that for them to pull a vehicle out like they do in time and time again, for the wheels to be spinning, it is indicative of it being in neutral, but we don't know 100% yet. Until law enforcement confirms things, we really don't know things yet. Okay, so when we go through some of the footage and we look at pictures like this one, I'm really asking for everybody to kind of keep their eye out or squint, whatever. We're looking for her cell phone. Where is Kiely's cell phone? There is no reason why it shouldn't be in the car if this was an accident, right? So I do want to speak about a clip from a presser that was, I believe, I want to say this is the 10th. It'll say on my screen actually, but they're asked about her cell phone. And remember at one of the pressers, they said something about her cell phone being either manually shut off or the battery died. Well, this was before that answer and presser. So this was one of the very first um, pressers, and they're stating that her phone was shut off. So I found that interesting just to go back and review some of the information. Her cell phone was first reported as being shut off at 12:33. And then we get another answer at another press conference later on saying like, well, it was either shut off manually or the battery died. But I found it interesting to find this clip here that basically they're saying the first thing reported on her cell phone was it was shut off. So, early on, if we're thinking about foul play or where this was headed, just to go back, for them to state first that it was shut off, to me, I think is meaningful. I don't know how you guys feel, but I found it interesting.
Is there any way to track her phone?
Her phone has actually been turned off shortly after 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning, and it has been off this whole time.
So, like I said, the first report when asked about the cell phone was the phone had been shut off. So, I don't know. Where is the phone? Let's look when we pull up the footage. Keep your eye out for it. It's a bigger phone. It's one of the newer iPhones. So it's definitely, obviously you could still miss it. Maybe some soot or sand went over it, but keep your eye out for it. This was floating around in a Facebook group. Pretty much from what I gathered, it's an advertisement for the saying goodbye party that they had. This right here is a fight scene from a previous party. I believe they said from May, and they were using it as a means to advertise to say goodbye to the seniors at the party.
Has been off this whole time.
And you can see the kid on the right. He's got boxing gloves on, and he's fighting the kid in the plaid. Everyone's got their phone out. All those white lights, that's a cell phone recording. So this is definitely interesting to me. It's been floating around. The fights that night, I just can't get past. Hello, Open Minds. It's good to see you. And hi, Vicky VA and everyone else who is joining. I don't know. I can't get past the whole fight scene and friendly fights that Sam referred to them as. I'm almost thinking that the fight that is asked of Sammy about on All American Dream Chaser, I feel like when he asked her about the fight between the man or the girl and the guy, I feel like it's different than this friendly fight scene that Sammy tries to spin it into. So what I mean is, and I'll play the clip after this, she's asked, was there a fight at the party between a guy and a girl or something like that? And she starts going off like, well, we have friendly fights and we have boxing gloves, blah, blah, blah. And she tries to like set it up as like, this type of scene. But I'm just wondering if that's not the fight that people are wondering about and wanting to ask about, and what law enforcement and oppressor specifically said that they wanted more information on. So I have the clip of Sammy explaining the fight, and then I have the presser talking about how they wanted more information about the fight. And I'm feeling like it wasn't this type of fight scene. Like Sammy is trying to paint it off, in my opinion, as this is what they do. They put on boxing gloves and fight. But I'm feeling like there was another fight that night, like a real fight that people were witnessed and seen. You guys let me know what you think, because I'm going to play the clips.
Who was fighting at the party?
So who was fighting at the party? And look at her face. By the way, this interview was done the same day as the press release that mentioned the fight. So I think that that's noteworthy, because I'm like looking at like the Sun and all that. I feel like this interview was done after the press release, because remember, the press releases were coming out at what, like 5 p.m. Eastern time-ish. Sorry, I'm just like sipping my coffee, guys. But anyways, so she, I believe, had already known, and I could be wrong, you guys let me know, that the press release was already asking about a fight and they wanted more information on. So she's kind of had like the heads up of like knowing that they know about some fight. So here he said, was there a fight? And then he's going to say between a guy and a girl, which means like one fight, not plural. And then she turns it into like, well, we have these friendly fights, and tries to spin it into like, oh no, it's the boxing glove thing. And I could be wrong, but I just found it interesting. I feel like people are wanting to know about a specific fight that they saw, and Sammy's spinning it into like, no, it's just these like friendly fights. But you guys let me know what you think. Hold on. And by the way, watch her face. She looks very like disgusted in this little clip. Hold on. So these are the friendly fights that I think she wants us to think, take place, which they very well could.
Who was fighting at the party? The girl and guy. Look into them.
I believe he's reading a comment, and they're saying, who's fighting at the party? The girl and the guy, look into them. So then he said, was there a fight at the party? And he's saying not plural. He's just saying singular fight. And then she turns it into friendly fights.
Was there a fight at the party?
Yeah, so there were some friendly fights that were going on. There was like, we had boxing gloves. People were like trying to instigate. It wasn't anybody who had really any drama, or they weren't enemies or anything. It was more just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. This happens at a lot of our parties. We just do it to have fun. If somebody gets hurt, like we have people on them, but
so it wasn't like a fight out of anger. It was just kind of a just a fun competition type of fighting.
Yeah, just see who wins and who goes home with the title, which I will randomly admit people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
Is if you have video of that night, detectives want more of it. There has been a lot of video provided, and some of it had to do with a fight that occurred at the party. Detectives right now are asking for any additional video that you have.
So he said a fight that occurred at the party. He's not, in my opinion, the officer isn't referring to these friendly fights. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it to me seems like people know of a fight, something that occurred, and Sammy's trying to spin it into like, no, it's just these friendly fights that we have. So that is where I'm coming from. I think that law enforcement is referring to a singular fight that they know about. And maybe even that comment in All American Dream Chaser is referring to a singular fight. And Sammy's trying to play it off as like, well, no, we have boxing gloves, blah, 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 which isn't a lie, because it does seem like they were doing some crazy stuff like that. But I'm feeling like, and again, once we get into the little clips of Adventures with Purpose, somebody mentions a disturbing behavior that took place between people. So was there a specific fight that took place? You know what I mean? I just feel like there might be something with that. Now this I'm going to pause it. This is from Adventures with Purpose, their video that we're going to play some clips from. But I just wanted to slow this one part down because this is the compact SUV. I want to be specific about terminology because a lot of people are getting confused with hatchback cars and thinking that it's a hatchback car. Like it has a hatch because it's got a trunk, cargo trunk area. It's not a hatchback car. So people were thinking that she could have floated to the back, like where the trunk area is, and it's not like a Honda hatchback or an Accord hatchback that they have. This is a compact SUV. So the space, while it is all like, you know, together back there, the back seat has like a barrier almost where it's, you know, to me, it would be hard for her to have floated all the way to the cargo area. So they're pulling the SUV out here and I've slowed it down. I want to pay attention to the front damage. And for all I can see, I don't see much damage at all. I did hear that the windshield was cracked, but I don't see it in this footage, so I can't say that it is. But what I do see is the license plate in the front is kind of wobbling, shaking a bit, and it's crooked. If you guys spot any damage, and those who are watching on replay, you know, comment down below, let me know what you see also. I'm looking for any type of damage to the front of the car, you know, because if she drove there herself as like an accident type thing and she's drunk, you know, maybe she hit a tree, maybe there's things in the front that would indicate that, yeah, she was kind of hitting things on the way there. In my editing and what I've seen, all I can see is the license plate's a little shaky and it's crooked when it comes out. But I'm not saying that that's what it is. So just keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to play this. It's slow motion. Just check out the front of the vehicle. And hello, everybody in chat who has joined. I appreciate you being here, Brookie. You can kind of see the license plate, like the plastic part kind of like waving a little bit. It's not detached securely. I agree, Karen. This case definitely has seemed shady since the beginning. I don't see any scrapes. I don't see dent. I'm wearing glasses, guys, so I'm not saying there is none, but I don't see any evidence of there being damage to the front besides you can see the license plate is not straight. Yeah, I agree allegedly with Brittany says, in my opinion, it gets more bizarre by the day. Well, okay, well, this is another bizarre thing I wanted to show you guys. So, yeah, I agree. Looking beyond, a real friend would have said, Kiely, I got us a ride home. Exactly. Instead, she leaves her. Good morning, Lucia. Good to see you. Brookie sees damage to driver front light. Okay, hold on. Let me rewind it. Ah, is that the shot? Hi, Allie79. It's so good to see you. Headlights are intact. Grill is good, Sky says. I'm zooming in. I don't know if you guys can zoom in. I can't do it through StreamYard. Yeah, I can't. Is that like a crack in the headlight or is that like a divider in the lights, like the design? What do you guys think? The inside light is damaged, so the water blew the fuse possibly. Sorry, I had to mute it. It's missing. The light is missing. Yeah, the driver's side mirror was hanging intact in the water. Go back a tiny bit. Okay, hold on. Let's do this again. Okay, I see what you mean. Like, look at the driver's side headlight compared to the passenger one. Does look different. Okay, let's watch this again. Hey, Mandy. So the Adventures with Purpose video will be released at 9. So it's not ready just yet. And we're about to go through and play some clips of it too. So I'll give you a little preview here before it goes live at 9. But yeah, that's a good eye, Brookie. The headlight on the driver's side does look a little shady, that's for sure. The next thing that I was going to show you guys is allegedly Instagram page, Long Live Kiely, that Jagger, the ex-boyfriend, is running. And I don't know, and Brookie, I'm sure you guys in chat know, I've heard that the Swammy 2441 is Sammy. Now, I don't want to say this as 100% fact, but from what my research has showed and what mods have shown me and stuff, Sammy got a new Instagram account and the Swammy _2441 is her. So she commented on this post, which is Long Live Kiely, which is a page that Jagger is running now. She says, "Love you so much, Kiely. I'm so sorry." So I found that interesting. Okay, other people are hearing that it is Sammy's, but they can't 100% confirm. This is what it looks like. It says new account. And she said, "I'm so sorry. I love you, Kiely. I'm so sorry." So I found that was interesting. Okay, common sense. I'll make sure to do that. Thank you for your comment. So this also is Jagger's most recent tattoo, which we thought was interesting. This is his response to the truck guy, the tow truck guy, which we're going to get into right now. So let me just share my screen. And we'll start just playing little clips. Like I said, the whole video will be released at 9 a.m. It's 49 minutes. Well, it was. I think that they've already edited some stuff out. And then, yeah, we're just going to... As far as I know, Sammy is an adult. She's 18. And Jagger is 18. Is he not? Okay, so we will be sharing some clips. This is going to be talking about the tow truck guy. So we... So right now, before we get started talking about the tow truck guy, I just want to say, okay, thank you insanely. So they both are 18, which actually are not kids. That's a legal adult. So thank you for clarifying that, because facts do matter, and that's a fact. I'm not 100% saying, thank you, Marshall Dove. It's good to see you. I'm not 100% saying I believe this tow truck guy. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not saying it's not true, but I just know how eyewitness accounts can happen and can get confused. And I just know that there's a lot of girls that kind of look similar to Kiely. Her friends, they're the blondes and all that. Anyways, I'm just playing this because I want to get a feel for what you guys are thinking. So who in chat so far thinks that tow truck guy or roadside assistance guy, however you want to refer to him, Nick, I think his name is, but the guy from AWP's name is Nick, so I didn't want to get confused. Do you guys believe tow truck guy? Press 1 if you believe him. Press 2 if it could maybe be just a mistake. Like, I'm not saying he's lying and he's coming out to say something that he's lying, but is it possible that he's mistaken maybe and it's another girl in another car? I don't know, guys. I'm not 100% sold. A lot of people are thinking that all that glitters, she said, I don't think he's trustworthy. A lot of people are thinking that, but say what says I believe. Is there a third option? Karen wants to know. You can tell me how you feel either way, and those on replay, let me know how you're feeling. I'm not 100% on it. I like to go by percentages, and I'm just not there at 100 yet.
Our way to work the Kielyrodni case just down the street in Truckee, California. And Nick, a longtime supporter, fan of ours, appreciate you for coming up to us, possibly has some information in regards to the Kielyrodni case. So why don't you explain a little bit about what you may have run into?
So my name is Nick. I work at the Emergency Roadside Assistance Program. I got a call up in Truckee, Boca, for a battery call. So pretty much that means that the vehicle can't start. So I went en route up there, found the vehicle. At the time, I didn't realize that this was a situation until later on. But
let me stop you right there. Yeah. You said you went to Boca.
Yes, sir.
So over near Boca Lake.
Yes, sir.
So not Prosser Lake, Prosser Creek Lake.
It's right by Crosser Creek.
Yeah, so yeah. Just north. So you went to Boca.
At first, when I went there, I realized after my test that everything was working great on the vehicle. At that point in time, I did notice that she was very hesitant and very skeptical on everything that was going on. She was asking me really weird questions, in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt correctly? And okay, and she asked me to show her on how to connect it to her actual belt. After that, she was stating on how she was there all night and she couldn't get her vehicle started due to the fact that now we both realized it was in neutral. She was wearing a sweatshirt, so it looked like she has been there for quite a while.
What color was the sweatshirt?
It was a gray sweatshirt.
Gray sweatshirt. Was it dark gray or light gray?
It was light gray. Okay. Yeah. Also, there was a guy there that was with her at time being. He was wearing a black San Francisco flat top ball cap facing.
See, the problem I have it with too is he's not sure of the day. They showed the hoodie, the Lana Del Rey one, and he said it was light gray, but the Lana Del Rey hoodie is dark gray.
Forwards, brown hair that's sticking out just a little bit on the sides. It was kind of they were both kind of at unease is what it looked like for me, as if either they had a crazy night or a crazy day, or there's something going on I couldn't know, and at the time I didn't realize what was going on. But other than that, he was a thinner built guy is the best way I could put it, with a bro tank, and it was white bro tank. He had some freckles on his face, or maybe it was acne or whatnot, but it was on both sides of his face. He was also a little bit shorter than me, so I'm 6'3".
In hindsight, you're realizing all of this. When do you think that this took place? Was it before, during the day, after she disappeared?
To be honest with you, it's either right after she disappeared or right before she disappeared. Okay. But it was around noonish, 11 o'clock in the morning when I got out to her. During that period of time, after the period. I told her that I was going to leave, and I hope you have a great day. Vehicle, I told her to keep it running for a couple of hours to obviously make sure everything's working good on the vehicle, charging system wise. At that point in time, then I left, and then a week later is when I saw at a coffee shop that she was gone.
You saw this on a flyer or something?
Yeah, but then everything spiraled out of control, and I got in contact with the detective and tried to do everything I could, and yeah, and then I saw you guys.
Now we know.
Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to play some clips. A lot of people in chat believe him. A lot of people are in chat are unsure. Comment down below if you're on replay your thoughts about it. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not going to put all my eggs into that basket. And I don't know, guys, what day was it? Because I'm hearing Sunday, then I'm hearing Saturday. It had to have been Saturday, right? No, I don't think he's lying. So, like, I know you're saying what would be the reason he's lying. My thing is, like, maybe it's just another girl and he's just not identifying them as who they are. I don't know. I'm just saying until we see, like, CCTV footage from his truck, his work truck, you know, that will be 100% confirmation for me and in my mind and in my research. But, you know, it's definitely up on the board as a possibility, and it's definitely been added into my timeline as like, okay, this is interesting, this is noteworthy. But again, until we get 100% confirmation, maybe he was seeing somebody with a different girl. You know, maybe it wasn't Sammy, or maybe it wasn't Kiely, it was Sammy, or maybe, you know. Yeah, that's true, Nuan. Like, when you work a lot, your days can get mixed up for sure. I definitely agree. So the girlfriend, yes, Cassie, I remember that. The girlfriend said she remembers it was Saturday because it was her father's birthday. Okay. I think Tend to Life said it was Sunday, but now it's been corrected to Saturday. So that's good to know. Saturday, this is seen. So again, guys, it's just noteworthy. And let me just pull up again this little thing that's been going around. This is Jagger. He's all over his social medias. He's commenting, he's watching things. He knows what's going down. He's commenting to Flower Gangster Star and says, yeah, well, she never even called roadside assistance, and I live 4 hours away, so I'm not really worried. Let the people think what they think. So he's denying that that was them and that was Kiely. Again, this is Jagger on his social media after the AWP info is coming out. So the next clip I want to play from the video is this one, and we'll just get right into it, guys. And thank you again for being here. I really appreciate you all listening. If you haven't hit that like button, please like this video, share it, and subscribe as well.
Is that what you just saw?
Yeah. So it's just a big shadow there. You see that?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. It's only 10 feet of water.
We definitely have something man-made. Big.
It's probably nothing, but it was a big shadow.
It's something.
Isn't that weird? I mean, it's just big.
It's definitely something directly under us right now. What is that, Carson? Is that a boat? Or is that an SUV? Whatever it is, it has buildup on it. Could be a car. More in the shape of a boat. And I'm seeing similarities that show buildup, which we shouldn't have buildup on this car. It's only been 2 weeks.
It looked like an upside down sunken boat.
So again, this is part of the video that they'll be releasing today. It's not released just yet. These are just little clips. They're on Prosser Lake Reservoir right now. And I just want to make it clear, I'm not 100% saying that Jagger's involved. I would like to see his solid alibi. I know that people have said that he was with his father fishing. You know, a law enforcement has his alibi, I'm sure, and they have all that information, and law enforcement also has the information from the tow truck guy. So I'm sure it'll all come out. I just find it interesting. You know, if it's true, then very interesting and confusing all at the same time.
Possibly. Could be a boat. It's something, though. I believe it's a car. And I have to be quiet because I don't want to alarm the entire campground right now. This is an ongoing investigation. Man, we're getting some funny imaging on this, which is indicative of a newer vehicle. There it is. See that? What is that? That's a wheel. See the wheel? Is it a wheel? Is it a boat? Looks like a wheel, man. Look at that. Look at that. That's a wheel. It's a wheel. We have a wheel. It's tall, whatever it is. Got it. We got a car. So trying to pull myself directly over it.
I definitely think that's possible, Cassie. She said, I'm starting to think the car was put in there after the definitely possible. And I think that it's something to be considered, which would make sense why they didn't see it.
I need to go get suited. I need to figure out how to get our RV over here. You guys put us in this position. Everybody that supports us, y'all put us in this position. We wouldn't be able to afford to do this if it wasn't for you. Let's assess our situation. 18 different agencies, over 19,000 man hours have been put into this. Not a zero vehicle was found in this reservoir. That is giving me a really weird reading. It looks just like a car. It looks just like an SUV. And it looks like it's giving me some misreadings the way a newer car would. So amazing scan. Great job, man. Great job scanning that. We need to do this as quietly as possible.
You were able to get a magnet on it?
Oh yeah, and it's slipping. It's slipping on some of the vehicle the way a newer car would. And actually, it's not getting a. It's smooth. I can tell that it's smooth. Is it a boat? It absolutely could be a boat, but I doubt it, man.
Most boats aren't.
Yeah. Right. No one at camp can know what we're doing. Everybody's phones need to be turned off. If you have a phone, you need to turn your phone off right now. The last thing that we want to do is cause alarm to the family and or the local law enforcement. If this is a car and it's not the car we're looking for, I want to be able to do that peacefully. I don't want to cause a turmoil. If anybody knows that we found a car right now, it's gonna be unnecessary. It's gonna be unnecessary trauma for the family. We need to go back to the ramp and cause as little. We found nothing. We're just moving locations. That's all.
Okay.
All right. If this is her, this means all hope is lost as far as her still being out there,
right,
and her showing up, her being found safe. This is devastating. This is as devastating as it gets. It's different when we're finding somebody who's been missing for 20 and 30 years.
Right.
This child, 16-year-old, same age as my daughter. She's only been missing for 2 weeks. Literally, the campground is right up over the hill. Right over the hill. This car is 0.3 of a mile from the campground she was at. This is absolutely a crime scene. It's an active investigation. Our job is to be here to find the where, which we have done. Now we need to assess it appropriately. Full assessment, condition of the vehicle, windows up or down. Do not remove license plate like we normally do.
Copy that. I'm going to start my descent.
Okay, guys, so I don't know who has seen this or who hasn't, but yeah, they did put a viewer discretion advised. I am going to ask again, like I did earlier in the stream, when we look through these images underwater, keep an eye out for her cell phone. We need to know where her cell phone is. It's hard to see things, guys. I'm going to put this footage in slow motion after we finish this clip. So we're going to play the rest of this clip, and then we're going to play a little, I don't know, maybe like 30-second clip. And then I'm going to put this in slow motion. We're going to look underwater in slow motion, play a few other clips, and then close out for the live stream today. Okay, guys?
Confirm. I see the vehicle and the license plate. We have just found Kiely's vehicle. Over.
10-4. Do a full assessment, methodically, slowly. Make sure you focus on footage of the vehicle so that we can accurately relay that to the authorities.
The vehicle is upside down. I repeat, it is upside down. I'm at the rear of the vehicle now, working my way around towards the driver's side. Over.
10-4. I read you loud and clear.
I'm approaching the driver's side window, trying to get a look inside. Cannot positively identify anybody inside yet. I'm looking at the back now.
10-4. Take your time. Be safe.
I see red shoes at the back. I'm moving my way towards the back window.
10-4. I read you loud and clear.
I can confirm there are human remains in the vehicle. Over.
10-4.
Passenger window is broken out, it appears. Rear driver's side window is halfway down.
Copy that. Rear driver's side window is down.
One line and rear top side.
Yep. That's what we do it for, brother. Good job. Good job. It's positive, you know? All right.
She's in the back of the vehicle. She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down. Call the authorities.
We help families all across.
Okay, guys, I was reading your comments in chat. I didn't pull them up on the screen because I want there to be a clear visual. Yes, I'm aware that AWP said that they don't have any information on the phone being found. That doesn't mean that it wasn't there, but at the same time, guys, if we're thinking foul play, I would be very surprised if the phone was found. You know, it's probably hidden. Don't know 100%. Somebody else said something about her being in the back triangle area. You can make out a silhouette, in my opinion. I'm going to turn it on slow motion. We're going to watch it in slow motion. Yes, somebody else saw the laptop charger. Yeah, I see the laptop charger. I see something black that might be like a hairbrush. And then we see the Truly cans. Allie79 said, in the Truly cans, I just can't believe Kiely would drive around with effing alcohol cans. But it's not like I know her, though. Going off of her mom's statement and how responsible Kiely was and all that, agree. Somebody mentioned that in CDT's chat yesterday. It was a really good point. You know, to do stupid stuff when you're drinking, yes. But to drive home, like, because she had told her mom she was leaving and she was on her way home, I don't know, it does kind of scream something strange when you're driving home with all this alcohol in your car, being that underage and whatnot. But we don't know her. We don't know. You know what I mean? It's been a while since I've been a teen, so who knows? And when you're not always thinking clearly when you're drunk. People are saying that the driver window looks like there was a crack, like someone was trying to get out or whatever. Let's look at that again. This is, I think, my 4th time watching it. So I'm going to put it in slow motion. And if you guys see anything, let me know. Let's pay attention to the driver's side window. Let's look. Again, this will be in slow motion. I'm not going to talk. I just want us to kind of absorb this and watch this. And thank you guys for being here. So we're just going to play the rest of this clip in slow motion that we just did. And then I have a small clip from this video, some other things in my images to share with you guys. And then that'll be it for the day. Okay. And thanks for being here, guys. Please hit that like. Should I leave the sound on, guys, or mute it while it's in slow motion?
I see the vehicle and the license plate. We had just found Kyle's vehicle over.
Ten four. Do a full assessment methodically, slowly. Make sure you focus on footage of the vehicle so that we can accurately relay that to the authorities.
Vehicle was upside down. He is upside down. I went to rear the vehicle out.
10-4. I read you loud and clear.
That's why I asked you guys, should I mute this or no? Yes, I'm reading chat right now. That's crazy if that's true what Nerdy Addict is saying, that she was found nude. I'm not saying that's true, guys, but it's going around. We need definitely more information from law enforcement immediately because things are spiraling as far as rumors and whatnot. At one point, he does say, I see shoes, but I don't know if she was wearing them when he mentioned that or if they were just floating around. What did you guys think of that? And I still don't see a phone outside the vehicle or anywhere. Is that the sweatshirt? The gray sweatshirt there on the left? No. Looks like it. Doesn't it look like the gray sweatshirt, like kind of pushed up on the window? I don't know, guys. Yeah, law enforcement needs to confirm the tow truck guy too or something, you know what I mean? They obviously they're going to get a warrant for the tow truck's camera and all that. So that will take time, but that's being done behind the scenes, I'm thinking. Okay, somebody saw the sweatshirt in the back. It is very hard to see. What's that up against the window there? See it? Hold on. Ugh, you know I'm not going to be able to rewind it well. On the right side of the window, it looked like something was like over here. I don't know. Hi, Allison. Good to see you. Hi, Scott. Oh, yeah. See? I don't know. Yep, that's a fish, not that. Yeah, Judy, I think that that's possible. She could have died in a fight and placed in the trunk. Like, there's so many possibilities right now. Oh, it's reflection off driver's window. Yeah, her mom did say that she planned on going camping the next day. She was supposed to meet friends at 9 a.m., which, again, this is just me thinking, and I don't know where I come up with some of the things I think about, but if we're going to go down the idea that something happened to her as far as like a physical fight with somebody, I always thought, or yeah, like, because people have said maybe this was a prank and, you know, a fight with the seniors, whatever. I always thought like, well, how interesting she would have just gone right camping right after all this. Like she was supposed to meet her friends at 9 a.m. You know what I mean? Like who knows if she would have even said hi or bye to her mom and parents, you know, like she could have gotten in that night. I'm still looking at this, guys, just looking and talking. Sorry. She could have gone in that night, not have had to say hi to her parents, or if she did, it would have been dark. Say she knew that she was going to be in a fight or something, like if these fights are pre-planned. And then the next day she was meeting her friends for camping at 9 a.m. She would have been gone for how many days, which would have given time for wounds or whatever to kind of heal, or for her to see that right there, right near the window or the rear view. Do you guys see it? Over in the corner. Of course, I don't have the screen up. It's my StreamYard. Over here. Did you see it? It looked like almost like a wallet, or like you know what it looked like? A scale, like that you put in a leather pouch that you weigh weed out on. Hold on. Okay, Donna saw it. Over near right there. Of course, let me switch screens. Right here. Do you see this? It's not a part of the car. Florida bass fishing. Do you see this? This right here. What is this? I don't know if it's like an electronic, or like I said, sometimes you can buy a scale to weigh weed out on, and it comes with like a little sleeve that you put it in. Is Brookie here? Is she looking at this? Yeah, her mom was expecting her to come home from the party, but it would have been nighttime. So, you come home, it's dark, your mom's in bed, all you do is pop in, say, I'm home. You know what I mean? So if she had gotten in a fight, it would have been easy for her to kind of like not be in the light. I don't know. Is it the part of the mirror that attaches to the car? I don't know. It could be. Okay, well, let me continue on. That's interesting, though. So that is at 36:45 mark, in case anyone wants to reference that. Yeah, Allie said, I don't think she died during a fight. I think this involves a male. Just my educated opinion, though. I don't know. I've thought that too. Like, I don't mean to put him under the radar, but being the ex, he is going to be on the radar. And the last thing he says is don't do anything stupid. Like, was he like pissed at her? And was like, you know what? I'm going to show up there, and they get in some fight. You know what I mean? That's definitely possible. And I don't mean to just come at him, but I mean, it's kind of got to be looked at. It's got to be on the list. Until law enforcement confirms his alibi and his phone pings confirm that he wasn't anywhere in the area, it's possible. I think that, it definitely could have been some fight that took place with her ex. Everything's on the table, unfortunately, until we get more answers. And law enforcement, I think, has more answers. Okay, this part in the back, because obviously that's the trunk cargo area. Just, who knows what we're going to see in slow motion. I haven't really examined this, but, obviously viewer discretion advised. We've seen that her ex-boyfriend was liking Sammy's pics on social media. And that to me is just, I don't know. There's something going on there. I don't know if Jagger was jealous of somebody else, or if there was something that was uncovered between the three love triangle. I don't know. We're just obviously speculating. So I don't know anything about Nate. I'm seeing questions in the chat about it. I don't know anything about Nate being arrested. Does anybody else? That would be nice to know. Okay, so this is pretty much the end of the underwater and slow motion scenes right after this little segment here. Yeah, that is an Apple Mac laptop charger right there. Those are the Truly bottles, well, cans. And again, let me know what you guys think. I don't mean to generalize things, but in my experience bartending and all that, and just, living, a lot of females drink Truly. Maybe it was just Kiely's, or maybe it was somebody else's. I don't know. That looks like maybe a hairbrush too. I can't really tell 100%. Okay, Nate is her friend. Nathaniel is the dude that sold drugs to a 15-year-old, two separate people. Okay, so Nate and Nathaniel are two different people. That is not the ex Nate. The one arrested is the 23-year-old. Her ex is 18. Different Nate was arrested. Okay. I just heard a guy named Nate was arrested for distributing fentanyl. Oh, geez. And you know what? I 100% agree with Ed Wallace on Duty Ron that fentanyl needs to be labeled and treated as a weapon of mass destruction, because it is, don't even understand the damage that this causes every single day. Okay, so this little clip I want to play, it's just a little part speaking about a tip, or just something, somebody was passing along a tip or a message or speculation to them, and they mentioned disturbing behavior, and I think that that's noteworthy. We don't know what it means. We don't know who the person even is giving him this tip, but it's noteworthy. Let me make sure it's not on slow motion. Oh, wait, no, this one I wanted to slow down because he reads it very fast, and you might miss him say it, but he does mention the word disturbing.
This just got sent to me. I cannot name who did, but it says the Truckee Facebook missing persons groups are on fire with speculation about what happened.
So obsessed.
Sorry, guys, ads. But anyways, he's reading off something that somebody sent to him. He's not given the source, but it's interesting.
Speculation. It may be real clues as to what happened. The party, 200 plus, fact is there was a lot of drinking and drugging. Reported fights, some disturbing behavior between Kiely and a girl named minutes before the party suddenly breaking up. And then cars started flying out of the parking lot. Something bad happened and all the kids' parents told them not to get involved. You may minutes before the party. The Truckee Facebook missing persons groups are on fire with speculation.
Okay, let's hear that again.
What happened to Kiely? Thing is that some of it may not be speculation. It may be real clues as to what happened. The party, 200 plus, fact is there was a lot of drinking and drugging. Reported fights, some disturbing behavior between Kiely and a girl named minutes before the party suddenly breaking up. And then cars started flying out of the parking lot. Something bad happened and all the kids' parents told them not to get involved. You may want to keep in mind that there's a possibility of what happened to Kiely could be more sinister, and there was a panic.
Thank you, Punksy, for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. So yeah, so again, another mention of a fight. And it's not referring to the friendly fights, like with the boxing gloves that I showed earlier, right? Like this is not referring to that. Sammy tries to make it seem like they have friendly fights, which very well could be true. But this doesn't seem to be referring to that. The press conference comment about the fight that I played earlier in the live stream didn't seem to be referring to that. So it seems like there's two separate things taking place. This, I'm just going to show you guys. This is a 2013 CRV. This is the back seat. It's going to show you how the back seats fold down. Hers were not folded down. So this is pretty much how, you know, the space and all that. You know, she's 5'7". She was found in the cargo trunk area. Okay, this is a compact SUV. This isn't a hatchback car. So it's much different to kind of be back there pretty much. It would have taken effort for her to have climbed over those seats. You know, if she was driving, if this was just an accident, then she's, you know, unbuckling herself, driving to the back, even though the passenger window was open. It's just not really adding up. Again, this is Jagger speaking about how she never called roadside assistance. So he's stating that that's fake. Adventures with Purpose commented, out now to members on YouTube, link in bio, public release September 2nd. And then Jagger commented, effing clout chasers. So this is his, you know, what he's doing on social media. He's been popping off a lot recently.
Other items that may have been in the vehicle? There were Truly cans in the vehicle. Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, there were Truly cans, and then the first time Nick looked through the vehicle, you could also see joint rolling paper in the vehicle, which is very odd if you take Nick's story into account. It's like, it doesn't make sense because all he saw was a perfume bottle the day after, supposedly, allegedly.
Right. And then I saw the Truly can too. Can you confirm that she was actually in the hatch?
Oh yeah, in the hatch, 100%.
So that was from Bullhorn Betty's interview with a member of AWP.
It doesn't make sense. Like, and I looked at the interior of a Honda CRV, and the headrest, there's like maybe like 8 inches of space in between. The fit between it and the ceiling. Mm-hmm. The only way, the only way she could have gone back there is if, you know, she went like floated vertically in that little gap.
So yeah, a lot of people want to know, how would Jagger know if she called roadside assistance or not? You know, like, he's so certain, like, no, that wasn't her. Other people want to know, like, how would he have known that? I'm just looking through comments and chat. Very interesting. Yeah, exactly. Look at the bottom of her seat. There is a lip, impossible for a body to make it in the back floating. I think it's near impossible for sure. And yeah, Jagger seems to be very pissed. He had posts up yesterday for her birthday, but then he also had one pretty much yelling at people about the comments and saying that if they keep it up, he's going to turn comments off. He's cracking, in my opinion. I've said this. Again, it could be nothing. It could very well just be he's in the anger stage of grief, you know, and I don't want to come at him with he's guilty. I've never said that Jagger was guilty on this channel. I think some of the things need to be looked into. I think everything's up on the board until we get a clear statement from law enforcement. But the way that he's behaving, it could be perceived as maybe he's cracking. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Exactly. I agree, Scott. I try not to hold things against Jagger. He's just finding out that he claims she was his girlfriend while others say she wasn't. And now he learns she's with another dude. He's mad. There's definitely a lot of explanations for the way that he's behaving. I 100% agree. Hi, Amanda Vita. Was there a vape pen, Sky? I missed it. If you guys see something in the images, comment down below and give the minute mark, and I'll definitely look into it. It's like 9:10. The little one, I swear, she knows that I do morning live streams now, and now she's getting up like earlier. And it's like, no, you usually sleep until 9:30, but now it's like she knows I'm like doing something, and she's like waking up earlier, and I'm so quiet, guys. But yeah, it should be an interesting press conference. Is there going to be one today? I missed that. Is there going to be a press conference today? Florida said, Amber, there's space to float in the back, though. Body develops gases and floats as part of decomposition. That's true. I mean, I'm not going to say it's 100% impossible that she got back there, but it will be interesting. If anyone knows of the press conference, I haven't seen anything confirming that. Is there anything you guys want me to play again? Let me play that little fight sequence where it speaks about the fighting, and then we'll play the slow motion of the car being taken out where you can see the front of the vehicle, because a lot of people haven't seen the front. And that was in the beginning of the stream, so we might have, for those who joined, might have missed it. Let me check Twitter, Karen, while I play this for you guys. So I'm just going to play this.
Who was fighting at the party? The girl and guy. Look into them. Was there a fight at the party?
Yeah, so there were some friendly fights that were going on. There was, like, we had boxing gloves. People were, like, trying to instigate. It wasn't anybody who had really any drama or they weren't enemies or anything. It was more just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. This happens at a lot of our parties. We just do it to have fun. If somebody gets hurt, like, we have people on them, but
So it wasn't like a fight out of anger. It was just kind of just a fun competition type of fighting.
Yeah, just see who wins and who goes home with the title, which I will randomly admit people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
Is if you have video of that night, detectives want more of it. There has been a lot of video provided, and some of it had to do with a fight that occurred at the party. Detectives right now are asking for any additional video that you have.
So again, I'm not convinced that the fight that lieutenant is referring to is these friendly fights that Sammy is talking about. You know, like, I think they're two different things that took place, and Sammy's trying to make it seem like the fight that they're asking for footage of or whatever, you know, is the friendly fights that they have, which I'm not convinced. That I feel like she's trying to deter the fight question to it being about those, like, boxing glove type matches that they do for fun. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. And yes, she has emotionless eyes. I've noticed that the more I watch her, Julie, the more I see, like, it's just like blank behind her eyes. And I hate to judge somebody solely on just physical attributes, but it's just she rubs me the wrong way. I can't help it. Hold on, what did CDT say? So was he saying they do have a video of a fight? Yeah, he seems like he's saying they want more of it. So, which I think you joined later, CDT, but Sammy, shoot, what was I going to say? Sorry, my head's like spinning. What was I going to say? I just went blank, guys, and there was something I wanted to say to CDT. Oh, hi, Joseph. Thank you for being here. Good morning.
Other items that may have been in the vehicle?
Was the fight part of what Sammy has supposedly arranged as part of the party? Right. I don't know. What the heck is a friendly fight? It's weird. I don't know. And then that picture that we have shows it was from they were advertising for the party for the Goodbye Seniors, and it shows them fighting like with boxing gloves here in this picture. And this was from May, and they're advertising. So see, this kid over here on the right has like the boxing gloves. So it does seem like that's a real thing, but it seems like the fight for that Sammy's talking, or that they're asking Sammy about, and that law enforcement is referring to, could be different. Oh, well, this isn't what I wanted to tell you, CDT. Hopefully I'll think of it. But we also showed in the clip earlier, or a clip earlier from an older presser, which they're saying that somebody turned her phone off. This was before they said it was either a hard shut off with manually, or it was somebody else, or her battery died. Remember, they like followed it up. They said somebody either shut it off or her battery died. But this was before that. And she's saying that somebody turned her phone off. And then, yeah, so let me just play that in case you missed that one.
Is there any way to track her phone?
Her phone has actually been turned off shortly after 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning, and it has been off this whole time.
So it makes me wonder if, because of the Life 360 app or whatever that they had for how the mother knew that her last location was at the
Who was fighting at the party? The girl.
the camp area, she knew that that app can tell you what somebody else's battery life is. So, for example, my fiance and I have this app. It's Life 360. He'll know like what my battery life is, you know, even though we're not together. So if this is the app that the mother's referring to when she says it showed that her last location was a campground, I'm wondering if they know her battery life and through the app. And so the presser, she's saying here that her phone was shut off because they know that her battery life was alive. And then later on, when they're talking about the investigation, they say that it was either her battery died or she shut it off manually. So I don't know. It's kind of changed a little bit on what they were reporting about her cell phone, which I find interesting. And the other thing, I think this is what I remembered. When Sammy speaks about the fight on All American Dream Chaser, it's the same day that they did the presser where the lieutenant says, if you have more footage about the fight, we'd like that. We need that. So if the Dream Chaser interview was after the presser, she already had like a heads up about that question possibly coming up, because the presser was earlier in the day than that YouTube interview. So I find it interesting that she was sort of like ready with her answer about the friendly fights. And it could be because she knew that law enforcement had already known about it. And thank you so much, Pointer Lover. I really appreciate that. And thank you for saying that I do a good job. I just try my best for you guys to bring you guys factual information. And obviously there'll be speculation, and I like brainstorming with you guys, but you guys are awesome. And thank you, all that glitters. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you all being here. And if you want to show any type of support, just like the stream too, that will help me out a great deal as well. So I don't know, guys, that pretty much concludes everything I wanted to share with you guys. I'm trying to think. Let me look through my notes real quick. Another thing I want replay viewers or anybody to look out for in the footage is for the perfume bottles that the tow truck kid guy referred to. Anything else you guys notice? Obviously, I'd love to see everything you guys have to say about it. The tow truck driver will be vindicated and confirmed 100% once the warrant is gotten for that CCTV footage on his truck, and we'll know for sure the date and the time of all that, which is vital. And I don't think it was Sunday, as it's been misreported as possibly being Sunday. I think that it is Saturday, like they were saying, the girlfriend was saying, if that's a legit tip, which it seems like it definitely could be. Well, let me see. That's pretty much it, guys. I got to get the little one's breakfast ready, and let me see if there's anything. Yeah, I noticed that too, Crazy Mama. Like, how did he know inside her center console? Maybe he meant like just the cup holder part, because it has like the part of the center console that opens, but then it also has like an area that you can put like a cup or a perfume bottle in. Okay, yeah. The new iPhones can stay on underwater for about 30 minutes, and it could have died from being in water for sure. Or it was shut off, I guess they're saying. So time will tell. And thank you, Turquoise. I really appreciate that compliment. And Scott, thank you so much. So I don't know, guys. I'm anxious to hear from law enforcement too. And I don't see anything on Twitter, Karen, and everybody about a presser. I checked Placer Sheriff's official Twitter page. I'm not seeing anything on there. I didn't check their Facebook, but if there will be a presser, we'll be watching or looking out for it. And at 11 o'clock, I believe, CDT is going live, and she will be playing the entire video so we can all watch it together. So she'll be playing the whole thing to watch, where we just played a few clips and went over some of it in slow motion. I really appreciate you guys being here for all that, and I will see you over there in her stream as well. So I'll be in chat, and we'll be chatting again soon, okay? So Lizzie, it's CDT. It's 10:30, she said. She's going to play it at 10:30. And thank you, Lucia. I really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be watching the full video over there because she's bought the membership as well. So we can share it. Okay, the link, if a mod can link CDT's channel, and then it'll go right over there. And we'll be ready. So I will see you guys all over there. And again, thank you so much for being here, guys. And we'll talk very, very soon, okay?